Good morning, everybody. So I have the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker, Christoph Burkhardt, who's going to talk to us about the transformational power of generative AI. Now, we all hear about and read about Gen AI in a lot of places. I fundamentally believe that Gen AI is going to be the most transformational thing we've seen since, well, really the internet. And so I had the opportunity to talk to Christoph, and he really brings a great blend of education, skills, and experience to this topic. And what I really liked about my conversation with him was that it's really a blend. So when he comes out here in a moment, you will detect a slight accent. It's a German accent. He was born and raised in Germany, went to the University of Heidelberg, studied psychology, cognitive psychology specifically, so he's kind of got that human component. And then he went on to the London School of Economics and got a master's degree and really fell in love with data. And so data is obviously the big engine behind AI. It powers all of those capabilities that we know. But the blend of bringing those two things together is really where the magic is. So anyway, let's hear from the expert. So please welcome Christoph Burkhardt.
This is Connect the Dots, the AI Impact Podcast. I'm Christoph Burkhardt. Welcome to the show.
Now, when you look at devices and how they change over time, it is very hard to predict at some point how the next generation of that device or technology is going to look like. But there is an evolutionary process that takes us from one end of this to the other. What is happening? First, this thing is too big, so we want it smaller. Then someone says, wait, the display is too small. Now we want bigger displays. Okay, we make the thing bigger again. But what seems, in retrospect, when we look back, what always seems like the most logical path forward is actually a pretty messy evolutionary process. And now the size of the screen correlates perfectly with the amount of distraction that this thing brings to our lives. And distraction is another problem that we introduced by having these devices in cars. And now we need solutions for distracted driving, which causes 12% of all accidents in the United States every year, because drivers are distracted by the machines that we invented to solve a different problem. And this is how human evolution always works. We take something that looks like a good solution, bring this to our life, and cause a bunch of other problems that now need to be fixed with technology. And AI is one of the things that we use to solve this problem, because now we watch our drivers drive, right? And when we detect where their eyes are going. And Tesla uses this all the time, right? That's how the car learned driving, by watching the driver drive. Now we also use this to watch drivers in situations where they might get distracted or bored, right? Do we want a driver to be recognized when he or she falls asleep? Yeah, of course we want to know. So this is what we use AI today. But it's a direct end to this problem that we caused by changing smartphones and their meaning for us. We still live in a world where a signature matters. Do you think a signature will matter in 25 years? Of course not. This is a crazy invention that we just used because we didn't have anything better. So AI says now, if you want to unlock a device, use your fingerprint. That's safer than your signature. And of course, AI now detects our faces everywhere. Do you really think we want to log into a software system in 5 years with an email and a password that we have to remember? Who wants to remember 10 different passwords? This is insane because it's not very human. So the effect of AI in this game is that actually the technology makes this safer by making us be more human. We detect others with their faces. We don't need to log into other people. We detect them just by their face. And so we want technology to do the same thing. One of the major drivers of the cases that you see right now, applied AI cases everywhere, is what humans want in the interaction with other humans. Humans are the drivers of where technology is going. If you figure out that something is a problem that AI can solve, and that problem is relevant to you, you will use AI to solve the problem in that way. And then this technology will move on. Do you want a larger screen? Right? How fast do you want emails to go around? Do you get nervous when you text someone and then you wait for the text back and you see the 3 dots? And then you see the 3 dots disappear. Right? How did we get to the point where this makes us nervous? This is just a very unhuman way to communicate. That's why we get nervous. Because when you look at someone and they don't respond, they still do things. We know where they are. Are they not listening or are they listening? We don't know. But the 3 dots, that's a replacement like a signature. That's the thing we use right now, and it makes us nervous. That's why it will disappear. And the point is that every time a new technology comes around, we adapt. But the whole game is evolution. So evolution means it's the fittest idea that survives right now. It's the fittest, not the best. Patterns is everything that we detect in the data that's available. Predictions is all that AI does. AI is just a prediction machine. They predict what you would say. They predict where you and how you would drive. They are just looking at you, looking at the patterns, and then they're predicting something. And then they get feedback. And the feedback is what trains them to do things better or not. All systems in the world, whether they produce text, video, images, sound, or drive a car, they work with the same systems. Now, you have data, you have algorithms, and you have feedback. And all organizations are usually strong, or industries are strong in one of the 3. And right now, the biggest lack in most areas is feedback. So the systems don't get enough feedback to learn fast enough. We all have enough data. We actually have too much data in most cases. You probably have too much data, right? Yeah, so it's hard to handle. Because then you need to find a question that actually can be answered with this data set. It's too big. But yeah, training based on patterns, predictions, and feedback is what we're looking at. And then you see some use cases that change business models. And this is where it's getting interesting. Because of course, so this is a company called Forward. They make the health pot. And this is an AI system where they just get all the data that I produce in my medical history. They have my entire medical history. They get all the data from my smartwatch. They have my smart scale data. They have my Peloton data. They know when I work out and what I eat. And all this data is used basically for predictive maintenance. So the job of this medical institute is to keep me healthy and prevent me from breaking. Right? Basically looking at all the patterns in my health, making a prediction of where and how I'm going to break, and then preventing it. And if it works, then the feedback will train the pod to be better the next time. Now, who of you uses Slack or Teams? Right? So, yeah, this is a beautiful thing because that's made for AI. So there is one person sending a message to someone else in the organization asking a question, and the other person, and you see this network here, this is like an entire organization, the other person answers that question. AI in the background is reading and says like, okay, I can predict the answer. Here's my prediction of the answer. And the person getting the question now sees an answer, edits the answer, feedback to the algorithm. The algorithm learns how this question would have been answered. Over time, the AI not only learns, and Slack is doing this aggressively, the AI learns who answers questions the best, who are the real experts here, who are the people who are making decisions? Who is relevant? So AI does certain things with that. One, it answers questions that are simple and that have been answered before automatically. So even if you message someone else, the AI will message back before this person even sees the message. And of course, this person answering questions, when they leave the company, their knowledge stays in the entire system because they have been copied. So the idea here is that we have digital twins of ourselves. Now you have digital twins of people, and 3-4 years after they leave the company, their entire knowledge is still in the system because the AI can answer for you. The AI also knows that if you send a question to someone, the AI knows that this question should have gone to someone else, and it will send that message to the other person. The net effect of this is increase in efficiency and productivity, obviously. And what you see here is called the work graph. And this is the same thing that Facebook runs in the background saying this is a social graph. And it tells you how big the distance is between two people and how relevant they are for the whole system to work. Everything we do is we move things, and yeah, of course, we do a lot of things. But ultimately, everything we do is for another human being. And the idea here is, it's a concept that I really like, especially for your case. Anti-fragility, heard of that before? So you have so you have one box that's fragile. Whatever is in there and you shake the box will break. Right? That's a fragile system. Then people for the longest time tried to build systems that are robust. So if you shake it, what's in there is not going to break. Nothing's going to happen. And what we really want is systems in the third box that's anti-fragile. So whatever happens, you shake this box, and whatever is in there gets stronger because you shake it. The system gets stronger. And this is what this AI can do. This is what the work graph is helping to do. You make an organization stronger by shaking it. Most systems that are biological in our lives are anti-fragile. They work like that. Yeah, you take your body to the gym, you work out, you break your muscles, and the muscles come back stronger. And at the gym, we totally accept that. At work, not really yet. And we will get to that point where we say, OK, well, if everybody has to make complex decisions the entire time, and all you bring is your creative problem-solving capabilities, then maybe anti-fragile systems are more effective at solving the problems that we need to solve than robust are. And ultimately, the only thing we can do is explore the possibilities, look for the opportunities that we have, and understand that excitement around AI is right now approaching the peak. And this is the time where we create the most ambassadors for a technology. Because there will be a time when the excitement goes down, and this is where real disruption is going to happen. And this brings me back to the door that we all have to go through. And your job is to figure out how you want that to happen in transportation. And for that, I wish you all the best and good luck. Thank you so much. Have a good show.